Hi everyone, it's Lavinia and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be decoupaging this cylindrical bottle container. It's just made of cardboard, opens like this. This insert here and the top and the bottom are this black color. So I'm not going to decoupage these pieces, but I will be decoupaging the cardboard color, the brown color here, the tan color. And I'm going to be using these napkins. I've already taken the plies off, but it's this large one. And then this smaller cocktail napkin with hydrangeas. I've used these before, I think in the Artisan Journal prompt. But this is the small one. So I have two of these already pulled. And then the large one is like this. So, and it has a little pretty butterfly here. So I'm going to use these as focal points. So I will be tearing these off and then just putting them as focal points on the cylinder, whereas these will be the background. Now these were 3-ply. So what I did is I just used a little bit of this tape and then just had it here and then pulled the 2 plies off. So the one which is pretty much white, you know, with no design, I'm saving those because I could always use napkins, you know, to help clean up in the room here. But these here have sort of like a ghost image. Not sure if you can really see that, and I don't know. We'll see how it shows up on here. So I thought I would use this as part first to lay down, and then I'm going to add these and then the large focal points. I also have this paintbrush here. I have a little cup of water because I'm going to be using this is just Jot glue, white glue from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be using that and just water it down a little bit. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to just take the cover off. I'll do that separately. Just going to, I think I'm just going to add the glue first. We'll see how this turns out. I have another one of these containers, so we'll see how this works. Don't want too much water, but I don't want it to be really all glue either. And then I might use the matte gel medium on top. I probably could have just used the matte gel medium actually for the whole thing, but just to get this down. So I'll get this down. Just here first. I'm going to put on the second layer. Just a little bit more glue then on top here. And then I'll start adding the hydrangeas. So I'm just going to pause here for now as I continue with this, just so the video doesn't get to be too long. But this is what I'm going to continue doing with the white paper first. So I've covered that with the napkin. Now in some areas it is doubled up, whereas some areas there isn't any, but it'll just give that variation, I think, once I put down the actual napkin print. But you can see that ghost image. I'm hoping you can see that ghost image there. So I'm going to go ahead and start now with the napkins. I am bringing out my matte gel medium. This is the Hobby Lobby Master's Touch brand, and a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to start first with these smaller ones, and I think I'm going to tear it and just go ahead and just start placing that. I do have to tilt it, so let me just start showing you just a little bit, and then I will probably finish the rest of it off camera until I get to then the focal points. So only because I have to keep tilting it, so I don't know. Let's see, let's start with a little bit here. So I'm going to place that edge like that, and then just bring this down. And then just put the matte gel on top. So that will glue it down as well as seal it. I use my matte gel also in collages, in collage pieces. I've used them in my journals, my junk journals, the artisan prompt journals that I've done last year. And this will dry clear and matte. There probably is a shiny matte gel. Oh, shiny gel, not matte gel. But you can start to see that that's coming along. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to pause here, and I will be back once I've completed this. Okay, so here is the container covered. It's really pretty. The matte gel is still drying a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere these as a focal point. I might just put one or two, and I'm thinking that maybe to have it stand out a little bit, that I might, so let's say I put this here, maybe I will put some of the white behind it just to have it stand out a little bit more. I'm going to try that out and see what it looks like. So I do have a little bit of this with the ghost image, ghost print left over. So I'm going to put that on here. And I'm doing that just so maybe the background doesn't show up too much on the one that's the focal point. So I'll put that there. These are such pretty napkins. The store that was selling them, they were going out of business, so they had a discount sale, going out of business sale. So I bought this and another flower set, and this one with the hydrangea also came with place settings. It's like cardboard, and I did use that in one of my artisan journal prompt pages last year in 2024. Put just a little bit, just so that's not too much of a harsh line down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and I'll be back. Okay, so here is the completed container, and this is the focal point, these two large hydrangea here. Got that pretty butterfly. And I also completed the lid. This one is also still drying, but I went ahead and completed that so that this is a little bit wet, but that'll fit on there, and here it is. Pretty decoupaged cylinder bottle gift box. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. I will see you in the next one. Bye.